गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री Gurave Namaha. We are looking at Nirvana Shatkam. Mano Buddhya Hankar Chittani Naham Na cha Shrotra Jivhe Na cha Ghrana Netre न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्द रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्द रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the ego, and I am not the memory. And all these four together are called as Antahkaran. Nor am I Nacha Shrotra Jive, nor am I the five organs of perception, the ear, tongue, nose, eyes, and skin. Nor the five elements, the space, earth, fire, air, and water. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am pure knowledge and bliss. I am Shiva, the auspiciousness itself. Nacha Prana Sanjnyo Na Vai Panchavayuhu न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशाः न वाक्पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुचिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः Shivoham Shivoham. And I am not the pranas, not indeed the five vital airs, pranapan, vyanudan, saman, nor indeed the seven materials, bones, bones, tissues, phlegm, muscles, fecal matter and urine, with which this body is made. So I am not those seven also, nor the five sheaths, the Annamaya, Pranmaya, Manomaya, Vigyanmaya, Anandmaya, Kosha. These five sheaths also I am not. Nacha upasthapayuhu, and na vakpanipadam, and nor am I the organs of action. They are the speech, the hands, the legs, the genitals, and the anus. I am not these five also. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham. I am of the nature of pure knowledge, pure auspiciousness incarnate. Today's verse: न मे द्वेष रागौ न मे लोभ मोहौ मदो नैव मेनैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् न मे द्वेष रागो. Dvesha is dislike, raga is liking or attachment. So neither I have neither the dislike nor the liking for anything in this world. That is my nature. Just as sun does not like the day or the night, because from sun's point of view, there is no day and there is no night. There is no sunrise and no sunset from sun's point of view. Therefore, he cannot like or dislike anything. Same way, from the Chidananda, from the consciousness point of view, there are no differences. There is no duality available to be perceived. And therefore, no likes and dislikes. Who likes and dislikes? Only the ego likes and dislikes. So, what is purification? Living through life as life is coming to us without coming to a conclusion, without precipitating likes and dislikes, raga dvesh, on our mind. No impressions of like and dislike to be formed. Then purification is happening. Then we are being a spiritual seeker. Name lobha moha. Lobha is greed and moha is delusion. And nor I have greed or delusion. Whenever we like something or dislike something, then we become attached to want it more or dislike it so that it should not come to me. Both is attachment only. And whenever we get like something more, then greed for it appears. Greed leads to anger, anger leads to delusion. When anger is expressing what we speak, what we don't speak, in what manner we speak, it becomes uncontrollable. And therefore, at that time, we forget what is right and wrong. Delusion means where we forget what is right and wrong. We are under the impulse of that anger, and later on we may regret. So, who is this person? Who is this seeker? Who is this one who is singing the Nirvana Shatkam? Is he who is neither affected, neither influenced by greed nor by delusion. Mada naiva me naiva matsarya bhavaha. I have indeed neither pride nor jealousy. These are the shadk. These are the six which we must protect ourselves from. And what are they? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moda, Mada, Matsarya. Kama, greed, Lobha, greed, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Kama, Krodha, Kama, desire, Kama, Krodha is anger, Lobha is greed, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha is delusion, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada is what you call pride, and Matsarya. Matsarya is envy. When we look at someone, whatever others have, that also should not be there. And eventually the last one, that is the ego. So now all these, so just by telling 2 or 3 here, he is covering all of them. So these 6 Purification means where anger, greed, jealousy, envy, hypocrisy, and ego, they are not showing their hoods. They are not able to express. Then what I should be, what I should practice? Oh, I must practice dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I must put efforts in life. I must move in that direction. I have to follow the scriptures. I have to do meditation. I have to practice meditation. I must get up early morning every Sunday and sit in meditation because this is the right thing. This is dharma. This is the correct duty of ours. So if because we have given up the negative, now we want to do the positive, the great Adi Shankaracharya, this is in deep, we must do that, but in deep meditation, he pulls that away also from you. Na dharmo na dharmo na chartho na kamo na moksha. Nor I have no duty to perform. Na dharmaha, I have got no duty to perform. Na arthaha, and I have no wealth to acquire. Because all the doing is only where we want to acquire more, which leads to greed. So, neither I have any duty to perform, nor any wealth to acquire. Na kamo na moksha. Then I have no craving for kama pleasure. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. These are the four purusharthas. These are the four avenues in which every human being must put effort. But what is that? Dharma is the duties. Artha is the put efforts to earn wealth. We are taught to go to school. Physics, chemistry, biology, this, that, English, mathematics. What we should study, what should a child be exposed to? Dharma, the scriptures, the Sanatana Dharma, along with all other knowledge. But this should be the main. Today, people are in trouble because they don't know what to turn to. What is right and what is wrong, they don't know. Then with that foundation of dharma, that divine is the supreme, divine is everything, divine is expressing through me, through this body, with that understanding, knowledge, conviction, you jump into life. What do you do in life after you finish your graduation or your year 12? You want to earn money. So second avenue where we put efforts is artha. Artha is, again, it is of two types. It is physical and spiritual. So you put, people jump into life to earn lot of money. Some people jump into the sannyasi life, spiritual life. What is the wealth they earn there? Lot of siddhis by which they can help people, serve the society, or increase their ego even more. A lot of pandits are there who study so much scriptures, but it's only out of arrogance, not for realization. Similarly, people earn lot of wealth only to show off, not to share their wealth. Similarly, many people gain siddhis only to show to other people that they are greater than them, they are more evolved than them, not for something higher, which is moksha. Then third avenue, when you have lot of money in your pocket, automatically the third purushartha where you put efforts is kama. You like to satisfy your desires. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So now we are at kama. So when you have money in your pocket, you, अच्छा चलो यार फटाफट एक hot chocolate पी लें, अरे let's have a samosa and chaat. Before, no money, that thought also doesn't come. And even if it comes, you just push it away. Little bit money in the pocket, buy a new jacket, buy new shoes, buy a new car, indulge. That is karma. And as we get into indulgence, then it leads to an you remaining unsatiated, unfulfilled forever in your life. Then what should be done? If you have the knack of earning money, getting siddhis, you have some ability, share it with the society. Then what do you do with for yourself? Live with your basic needs. Don't overindulge. See, all what you need. We are not saying go and live in a hut, but where do you draw a line that enough is enough? From 1 bedroom to 3 bedroom, from 3 bedroom to 5 bedroom, from 5 bedroom to 10 bedroom, from bicycle to scooter, from scooter to car, from car to Toyota, from Toyota to Mercedes, from Mercedes to Ferrari. Where then that doesn't stop. Then I want plane also. Then now I want to go to space also. Where does it end? Same thing happens in siddhis also. Basic needs: food and food, shelter, and clothing, according to the Maslow. Basic. How much do you need to eat? How many beds do you need? How many rooms do you need to sleep? Only one. So be content with minimum. If abundance comes, let it be there. But then do not hesitate to share the abundance, the abilities that the Lord has provided you, invoked in you as a result of your sadhana, to share it with the society, with the community. Always keeping your attention, not that you want to improve the world, not that you want to share. Don't go and catch someone's collar. Come, I'll give you money. Come, I will heal you. Come, I will tell you what is there in your future. Come, no. If any needy comes, then you help that person. So you study dharma, you put efforts in dharma, how to live right life, what is the worthy thing to be pursued in life. With that, in your blueprint of life, if it is there to invoke the wealth, then go and earn wealth. Then satisfy your needs, and if you have the ability, satisfy the needs of the other. This is Kama Purushartha. And while doing these three, always keeping your attention on the moksha. That I am studying the scriptures, following the dharma to gain moksha. I am earning wealth to purify so that I can get to moksha. I am following the desires, or I am satisfying my needs and other people's needs. That is not my main purpose of life. My purpose is moksha. And when we come to moksha, meaning come to the seat of meditation and deeply dive into the self or into the divine, then here it says, na kama na moksha, nor I have no craving for pleasure, and not being bound, I have no liberation either. So when you come to you realize that there is nothing called liberation also, because your nature is that of liberation, your nature is that of the self. Just like a wave is wanting to, what is liberation for wave? To be the waters. But it is already water. It just doesn't know it. That's why dharma, artha, kama and moksha. But once it comes to that threshold and is ready to dive, plunge into it. And when it looks back, there is no journey, there is no body, there is no purusharthas, there is no bondage, and there is no liberation. Then what is there? only the self, only the Paramatma, Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. That alone is the substratum, that alone is the material. That alone is Kevala. There's only conscious bliss, Chidananda. Chit Ananda. Chit is conscious, Ananda is bliss. Rupaha, that is my form. This is not my form. This form is physical form. What is my true form? My true form is conscious bliss. That is my true nature. That is my true form. That is the true form of this whole creation. Chidananda. Chidananda is not one per person. Chidananda is the substratum. Chidananda for the wave will be the waters. That water is in every wave, in every drop, in every well, in every pond, in every tide. Every expression is pervaded by that water. What will be the disposition of the water? Chidananda Rupa. It's a formless form, and that is the true form. As long as we remain stuck, and by accepting that we are only this form, we are doing great disservice to ourselves. We are doing great disservice to our fulfillment, to our happiness. By holding on to this form, you can never gain fulfillment and happiness. Yes, relatively in the world, you can gain certain level of wealth, certain level of fulfillment, certain level of happiness, but never the fulfillment or happiness that Chidananda Rupaha Shivoham Shivoham, where your presence itself is an expression of auspiciousness, where your presence is devoid of all duality, is devoid of multiplicity, is devoid of otherness. That is our true nature. That is who I truly am. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. And in this manner, I am of the nature of pure conscious bliss. I am all auspiciousness. I am Shiva. Shiva means auspiciousness. Why did I think like this? Because I was not accepting that I am of the nature of conscious bliss. I was not accepting that I'm not other than Shiva. So I have to think. So I think in this manner, and when I think in this manner, the conclusion that I reach was a conclusionless conclusion, because I come to realization that I've always been the Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. So this was the third verse. न मे द्वेष रागौ न मे लोभ मोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्य भावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्द रूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्